Good morning, everybody. It is Culinary Adventures, the home series this morning. So today, the topic is paleo. Okay, and it's one of those things. Well, really, what is paleo? A paleo diet, and it's a pretty simple diet. Quite honest. It's one I prescribe to about, I would say, 80% of the time, and it's really consists of vegetables, eggs, meat, literally things that are unprocessed, right? So we're gonna do a very easy kind of one pot shop of a quick little paleo recipe that I like to do at home for breakfast. It's a Brussels sprout hash with mushrooms, a little bit of turkey sausage, all natural, by the way, a little cauliflower, some spices, a little fresh lemon, and some eggs. Sabine's going to help me this morning. You all know her by now. So it's very simple, right? So we're going to start with just a little bit of olive oil. I've got a nice cast iron pan that I've already got preheated. I'm going to crank it up just a little bit. Because what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of toasted flavor of that garlic. So I'm actually going to start with the garlic here. Get that oil a little bit hot. I'm sorry, we've got Star Wars going on in the background with my son, so you may hear some blaster noises or some random sound effects to help with this. So as you can see, I've started the garlic's starting to wiggle around a little bit. Ooh. It's going to start to just get a slight little golden brown color, and that's when I'm gonna add in my mushrooms and my Brussels sprouts. And I'm gonna add my mushrooms in first. Now the first thing I'm gonna do with the mushrooms, as soon as I add them in here, I'm gonna salt them. And this is gonna start releasing the water out of the mushroom. It's gonna start that process, right? You see the garlic's starting to get nice and toasted. As well as there. Also, once the mushrooms go in, it'll also help to kind of slow down the garlic cooking as well. Yeah, Bean, you like mushrooms, huh?
Yeah. I love my mushrooms.
So we're gonna cook these. Now, if I did say, earlier that there's a little turkey sausage in the recipe too. Now, if you're dealing with a raw turkey sausage, I would put it in along with the garlic and brown that sausage off. This, I had already cooked it off ahead of time. I'm going to add that in along with the Brussels sprouts. Once these mushrooms start to cook. And as you can see, I didn't add a tremendous amount. I still want to have some room in the bottom of the pan. Yeah, it's pretty warm. Next, we're going to add these Brussels sprouts in. I'm going to add my turkey sausage in.
Oh.
You want to give it a stir? Okay. Nope. Jumping sausage. Okay. We're gonna hit it with just some nice fresh cracked pepper. A little bit more salt. You gotta season, right? It's like I always tell everybody. You gotta season your food. Doesn't taste good on its own.
Yeah.
We're gonna crank the heat back up a little bit. Now I don't have the heat on full blast, but enough to start the caramelization process on what's already in here. You see the mushrooms are starting to cook nicely. At this point, I'm going to add just a pinch of red pepper flakes.
Is it hot?
They're a little spicy. And I'm going to add just a touch of fennel pollen. You could add a little bit of, toasted fennel seeds if you have them. Again, I'm sorry, chef's pantry, right?
You want to tell them what you got?
Yeah, so what we want to do here is just make sure there's a layer it's flat. There's not so much in the pan that things are going to steam. We really want to kind of start to caramelize and get these flavors really rich and robust. Now, I mean, if you want it to steam, what I don't want to happen is all the vegetables in here turn into mush. I like to have a little texture on the Brussels sprouts, a little texture still on the mushrooms. And if you overload the pan too much, what's going to happen is things are going to start to literally steam on top of one another, right? So.
The oven.
Yeah. So the oven I had preheated at 400 degrees. Thank you, Dustin, for pointing that out to me. We are going to get to a point. Oh yeah, now you can really start to see. And we're going to do the majority of this on the top of the stove, and then what it's going to do is we're going to add some eggs to this here in a few minutes, and then we're going to put it in the oven and we're going to cook it for the remainder of this time. I'm going to add just a touch more olive oil to this. Check my Brussels sprouts here.
Are they good?
Oh, they're delicious. Okay. So I'm gonna put this in the oven for the time being. I'm gonna cook it about 5 minutes in the oven. I'm gonna take it out. We're gonna add the eggs to it, and then we're gonna put it back in the oven, and then we're gonna finish it. So I'll see you in a few minutes.